morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Bookfest. Welcome. My name is Brandon Copeland, and I have the wonderful job of offering you a little bit of yoga this morning to get yourself ready to sit and hear and listen and read and absorb all of the wonderful things that you will be encountering at Bookfest. I'm excited. I'm kind of overwhelmed about the exciting day, but the way that I find, to help ground myself is to practice yoga. I am just a little bit about me, right? I've been practicing yoga for about 10 years now. I've been teaching for about 8. I offer a style of yoga called trap yoga that gets yoga in Black communities, in urban communities around the country and around DC, where I'm based. I'm a father of 4, and so I use my practice to share parenting tips and support for parents out there that know how tough it can be to keep your cool and keep grounded while you have kids, and try to pursue a life that is balanced. I'm excited that I was given this opportunity to teach you this morning. I don't want to talk too much, but I do want to say thanks to the team over at Bookfest and Above the Tree Line. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for bringing all of these voices out, especially at this year's Bookfest, to share all of our experiences and so that we can all learn and grow together. So I've said my piece. Check me out. My name is Brandon Copeland again. We're going to get into a nice beginner's morning flow, so don't feel like you need to know too much. I might ask you to challenge yourself over the next about 20-25 minutes, but feel free to do so in a way that makes you feel good, right? Take your time and let's get started. So we'll actually get started in our child's pose, right? And so starting immediately in a pose that's really restful, let's try and get ourselves in a steady place with our breath. Right, so bringing our knees a little bit wide, I'm going to walk my hands forward and let my forehead rest on the mat. Now, as you lay here, just maybe try to notice spots immediately in the body that need your attention. Either the knees or the hips or the forehead, shoulders. What we want to do here is acknowledge how we feel by taking a deep breath in, feeling that space kind of being activated or focused on, and then exhale, accepting it. I like to think of this process a lot like reading a book, right? Where you don't really know what you're going to get when you open the page. You might be familiar with the characters, you might be familiar with the circumstances, or even the plot, or you may have even read the book before. Let's take 5 more breaths just like this, right? But what you're doing is just observing and kind of reading into what you feel. Reading your body, your muscles, your joints, your emotions, your thoughts, almost like a book. Each breath is almost like a sentence. As you hit the rise and the fall, you start to tell a story. We have 2 more. Breath in. Arms can be forward or back. I'm just here so you can kind of hear me. Kind of let your lungs fill up and tell the tale of how you feel. Breath in and breath out. Let's take 2 more breaths just like that. Hearing the sound of your breath. What does your story sound like? We're here for 2. Let your last breath be your fullest breath. Breath in and breath out. Good. Let's look forward. Really taking our time, right? We're readers here. We read for different reasons, but today is almost like a lazy, Sunday morning kind of read. Sometimes it's really focused on getting the news out, right? You really want to do the hard work, but let's make this one easy as we go into Bookfest, right? That nice, easy feeling that you feel when you read a Sunday paper, right? Or read the comics. Just checking in, seeing what's going on, and relaxing, right? So you see I moved in the tabletop position. Join me here. Hands right underneath the shoulders. We'll keep the elbows kind of locked at first and press into the fingertips, right? Lift the chest up and look forward. We're taking tabletop position, so we want to try and get the back as straight as possible. And in the spirit of moving with freedom, right? Moving in that Sunday morning kind of vibe, let's take cat-cow postures. These postures are ones, again, you may be familiar with, but are ones that will let you be expressive, right? So we'll drop the belly button down and lift the chin, breathing in, looking up, and then as we breathe out, we'll round through the back. So we're in this process of letting the body be translated by the breath, right? So as I breathe in, let's see what the body actually feels by following that movement. How deep am I gonna go? How maybe not deep am I gonna go? Whatever your body's doing as you take the shape, just notice. And then without judgment, just like you're reading a book, keep reading, keep going, round through the back, breathe out. Maybe make it your own, look over the left or the right shoulder as you do this. 3 more breaths. And then exhale, round through the back. Good, 2 more breaths. And if you don't know what to do or you haven't yet, let the breath be your main focus. Exhale out. Last one, breath in. And exhale out. All right, let's find a little stability here. We got our flexibility working a little bit. Let's get some strength going. So I'm gonna take a nice forward reach with my right arm here. Shoulders draw down the back. I don't want to allow for this jaw thing to happen, right? So let's try and stay as normal, almost as if the hand were just where it was. And all we're doing is lifting through the fingertips and moving the shoulders. Now this may be well enough for you. You can look forward. We're here for 4 breaths. Maybe you come onto your toes with your left leg, the opposite leg. Or maybe you work on lifting the left leg. We're here for 1. You can look straight down if that helps, but try to keep the arms up and extending away from the center. 2. Each number's a breath, right? Not a challenge, right? So see if you can soften every time you hear a number. 3. Noticing what needs to stay up to support your frame and take a breath. Last one. 4. Good, let's come in, let's hug right in, knee right underneath the stomach, just 2 breaths, 1. See if you can relax the back here, even as it stretches, 1 more breath. Good, let's place it down. Nice, good job, excellent. Remember, we're just warming up, but I know your shoulder might be like, bro, this is really warm. That's kind of good, right? Keep the breaths calm and fluid, and see that even as the shoulder gets hotter, your breath can stay steady, right? Let's try it again on the same side, right? Left hand reaches forward, nice long reach. Now I want to keep lengthening my neck, so if I do this and tighten up, it's going to be harder for me to hold my arm. So let's reach through the shoulder, and then maybe come onto the right toes, looking straight down. Navel's in, you see how my hips start to sag? If you can lift the stomach up enough, maybe the right foot lifts. We're here for 4 breaths. 1. Every time you hear a number, deeper, slower breath. 2. 3. Reach through, even if you do this all the time. See if you can go a little further and a little calmer. Last breath. Good, exhale, we'll come down. Now let's do a nice little twist from this space. I'm gonna inhale and reach my right arm towards the ceiling. Right arm's up. Good, right hand will come right behind the left as we reach over towards the left side and drop the shoulder. Maybe you'll drop the ear or the forehead or walk the left hand forward. Anywhere on that bus stop that we just went through, either reaching your hand up or reaching through or having your hand forward, you can do any of those. 5 breaths. Let's breathe them together, observing. Remember, reading through the muscles, reading through the joints. Breath in and breath out. It's like our breath is the eyes and the feeling in our body is the words. And we're just here to accept what we're reading, not to write the story or tell it to be different, just to feel. 2 more breaths. And adjust as necessary, right? Last one. Good, inhale, right arm reaches up. And then bring the right hand down. Same thing, left side, but it's different, right? Each side's different, right? So inhale, reach the left arm up. And going with the spirit of freedom, spirit of openness, bring the left hand behind the right wrist. and just see what happens. Left shoulder's down, drop the ear, and we twist. Maybe hand comes forward, maybe it doesn't, maybe it's there for a little while. That's fine, we're here for 5 breaths. 1. 2. 3. 4. You got this. Keep your breath steady. Let the last one be nice and big. Big breath in and out. Good. Inhale, we'll reach the left arm up. Let's open up and come forward and then down. Favorite pose, one of my favorites at least. Rest pose. Right now I just made that up. But we do rest at some time, so let's do that. Let's stack the hands, drop the ear in our impromptu rest pose. Bring the feet into the air, and we're going to work the hips out. Right? We won't go too crazy on the legs today, but we will kind of just acknowledge what's going on down there. So swing the feet to the left and to the right. Lazy Sunday morning mood as you shift. Breathing in and just kind of feeling what the body's doing. Do your legs or knees feel tight? Are the feet active? Can you wiggle the toes? Does it feel good to kind of press the pelvis onto the ground and maybe massage that area in your hip flexors? Just read your book, breathing in and breathing out. Maybe go in different circles, just kind of seeing what the legs are doing. Good. Let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to take an upward facing dog, pointing our toes back, stretching through the front of our bodies. So we'll go on a few levels here. You can stay at either one. This is being the first one. Elbows can be in and you just lift the shoulders up and back, right? Maybe you want to drop the elbows underneath your shoulders and take Sphinx pose, really Regal Pose, great book for book reading on the beach, right? Or maybe you bring your hands underneath the shoulders and push straight up into this pose we'll be in for the next 3 or 4 breaths, upward facing dog, right? Inhale, lift the chest up. Shoulders down the back, lift through the chest, breathe in. We're here for 1. Now we want to see if we can make the front and the back body kind of try to flatten out a little bit. We want to be straight up. This will let our lungs get more full, right? That's kind of what dictates what our shape looks like. Breathing in. Can I take a full breath in this posture, right? I want to keep my legs straight so I can lift the rib cage up from the bottom, right, from my pelvis, and also sink the hips down. See, straightening out the back a little bit. We're for 2 more breaths. And if you're not quite in this shape, that's perfectly fine. Just notice what shape you're in as you breathe, right? Read your book. We're here for 2 more. 1 more. Oh, very nice, very nice. I'm going to curl the toes under and take downward facing dog now. You can go there or into your child's pose, your choice, right? Toes curl under and we pedal through the legs. You can shift, maybe hips to the left or to the right. Stretching through your side. And again, the idea of that Sunday laziness is the human ingenuity that comes with just trying stuff out, right? So like, do that. Move on your mat. Sunday morning, what am I going to do? I'm going to try and fix this thing that I've been meaning to fix. Yeah, okay, let me see what it looks like. And you tinker with it, right? You see where you're at. Do that with your legs. Maybe bend your left knee or your right. Maybe move your shoulders forward and back. Opening your body up to be prepared for whatever you might read. It could be beautiful. It could be sad. It could be jarring. It could be happy. Just let yourself be open for whatever comes by starting with yourself. What feels best in your body. Take 2 or 3 more breaths like this in your very movement-based downward facing dog. Nice. Feel free to experiment and play. Last breath. Good. Let's work through a couple standing poses and then relax, right? We'll step the right foot forward. Low lunge. You can shift forward and back. A few more breaths. 2 and 3. Let's drop the left foot down. Inhale, stand straight up. Reach your arms straight up. Breathe in, look up. We're here for 1. Warrior 1, right? 2, 3, and 4. Let's open up the right hand. Step back. Warrior 2. We open up. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's straighten through the right leg. Reach the right hand forward and come down. Triangle pose. We look up. We're here for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's bring the left hand down. We'll step the right leg back. Go through our vinyasa or half push-up. Stomach can come down. Point your toes back. You can do any of those variations. Just taking one breath, coming up, and pushing back to our downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here to clear the lungs, clear the mind maybe of whatever you're feeling. Feel the body in this first breath. Breath in. See what just happened. How do you feel different? Exhale out. Now letting the eyes be still over the next 2 breaths. See if you can let the breath just be steady, no matter what you're feeling. Breath in. And breath out. Take one more. Breath in. And breath out. Good. Left foot steps forward. Right heel drops down. Last little bit. You're almost there. Inhale, stand and reach. Look up. We're here for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's open up. Left hand forward, right hand back. We spread across the body. We're here for 1, 2, 3, four. Let's straighten through left leg. Reach the left hand forward and down. We're here for 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Let's come down. Now start to wind it down. We'll step back. We'll go right into our child's pose. So knees drop back, forehead comes down, and we're back to where we started. Notice that the breath is a bit more accessible here. Let's breathe deeply into the lungs for 1, 2, 3, last breath. Good. We can inhale and sit up. And where I'll leave you is in our Shavasana or corpse pose, right? And so the beauty of reading in the body and kind of outside of the body, right, is that you get to be the watcher, truly. You get to really be the person who sits and takes this thing that is not of their own creation and observe what the author wants you to understand. And almost like with your body, right, you get that opportunity in your meditation or relaxation portion. What we just did was kind of get you familiar with the characters, your arms, your legs, your emotions, your thoughts, right? What do they feel like? What are they doing? We're trying to listen to them. And so as you lay into this position, almost like a book, right? Allow yourself to be wowed, amazed, saddened, heartbroken, right? And let that be okay, right? So I encourage you to be the watcher and know that the things that you may feel, good, bad, or indifferent, right? All levels, are not really your responsibility. You're just here to read the story and hopefully enjoy yourself or learn something to share and help someone else. Right, so let's go into our Shavasana or corpse pose. We'll bring the feet to the corners of the mat. We're going to let the palms face each other and come to laying down flat on the back. Hands will be faced straight up. And we just want to get comfortable enough to observe what's going on in the body. Heels are on the corners of the mat so that the legs can really relax. The knees soften and the pelvis tries to soften a bit towards the ground. You can feel the shoulders supported by the ground, almost like the ground is lifting up to keep the heart lifted. The back of the head and chin kind of allow for that space in the back of the throat to feel open, so you can take nice deep breaths in the nose and out of the mouth. Great for 4 more breaths like that. In the nose. Out of the mouth. In the nose. Almost like you're scooping out any energy that you have deep in the body with the breath, right? Nice full breath in. And the exhale just lets everything go. Take one more like that as you just start to allow the mind to wander. Letting the breath just come naturally. I'll leave you here for 10 breaths just to feel and read your own story. As you feel ready, you can begin to move your fingers and your toes. Let your ankles and your wrists move. Your elbows, your knees. Your shoulders and your hips. You can reach above your head and stretch your fingers. Nice long reach. Bring your knees into your chest and wrap your arms around them, giving them a nice hug. And maybe lay over on your side. Choosing to rest one more time. Take a deep breath in. And a full breath out. Make your way to sitting up when you're ready. Kind of taking some time to recollect yourself. Maybe feel a little bit more connected. And I personally just wanted to say thank you for practicing with me this morning, afternoon, whenever you're watching this video. And thank you for attending Bookfest. Thank you for adding your voice and your dollars to the conversation, right? I think what we get as people who get to read, people who get to write, people who get to be in the world of literature, and even nonfiction books, which are my favorite, don't tell anybody, is that we get to share ideas with each other and to be our best selves and learn from others experiences, others' ideas, others' imaginations. And so thank you for coming as your full self and choosing to join me this morning to maybe find out a little bit more about who that person is so you can better share with the people in this conference and in the world. So I love you. I hope that you are feeling better because of this class. I hope you do practice and meditate. And if you need any help with it, please reach out to me. You can check me out on my YouTube or check out my booth at Bookfest, which you may be watching this video from, to get better connected with not only me, but with yourself. So please have a great day. Be blessed, and I love you. Please have a good idea.